Okay, welcome to my first book review. A book review that means a lot to me. Rich Dad, Poor Dad, what the rich teach their kids about the money that the poor and middle class do not. And the reason why it means a lot to me is it was a book that had a profound impact on my professional career and my future and everything else when I first read it when I was about 23, 24. So that was about 15, 16 years ago. Rich Dad, Poor Dad is a book written by a guy called Robert Kiyosaki. Very powerful book because it was very profound in its message, but very simple in its read. At the time I read it, I didn't need anything complex and complicated. Robert Kiyosaki's whole philosophy and whole intention behind the book was that we're not taught financial education in school, and he's against the grain in terms of the education system. And he basically wanted to educate the masses on finance and financial literacy. And it's a personal finance book. It was first published in 1997. It was updated 20 years later in 2017, and it's very popular, sold over 40 million copies. And as an overview of the book, just to give you an idea of what the book is about, it is a personal finance book. It looks at the different philosophies of Robert's biological father, his poor dad, and his best friend's father, rich dad. It reviews the different lessons each dad taught about work, money, and investing. It sells against the traditional route to go to school, get a job, work hard, and then it sells the untraditional route of entrepreneurship. So its overarching concept was around money mindset, more specifically the difference between rich dads and poor dads mindset about money. And the rich dad view is that we should work to educate ourselves financially. The goal is becoming financially independent by getting money to work for us. And that wealth is created by investing in assets, which generates multiple streams of income. In contrast to that, poor dad's view is that we work for money. And the main purpose of education is to secure a higher paying job, which offers stability in its pay and its benefits. And I've put here that poor dad's approach is actually flawed. It does not teach people how to build wealth. Instead, it perpetuates a mindset that values job security and steady income over taking risk and creating opportunities for oneself. One that won't help you reach the heights of becoming the best version of yourself, in my opinion. So the major lessons from the book were the difference between assets and liabilities. And he says that assets are things that put money into your pocket, and our focus should be on acquiring assets rather than spending money on liabilities. Liabilities being things that take money out of your pocket. So assets include businesses, stocks, property that generate income or appreciate over time. And he actually differentiates between the house that you live in versus rental investment property, because the house you live in doesn't actually put money into your pocket, it takes money out. So he says that is actually not an asset, it's a liability. Another major lesson is on financial literacy and the importance of financial education, which covers accounting, investing, financial markets. Like I said, he criticizes the traditional education system for not teaching students how to manage money, which we can argue is probably the most basic and important lesson to learn as an adult. He also teaches and offers advice on what he calls the rat race, the cycle of working hard, earning money, spending it on liabilities, and then working to pay off those liabilities. He advocates getting out of the race by either creating and or investing in assets that generate income. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if you work for somebody else and work in the city or work in a job, you're in the rat race. It's a mindset around what you do with that earned money thereafter. So the idea is to get out of the rat race by putting your money to work for you. Other major lessons include overcoming fear and risk. He emphasizes taking calculated risks and learning from failures. He makes the point of stepping out of his comfort zone for education and financial growth. It's key. Comfort will shrink you, where coming out of your comfort zone will make you grow. This one I love: work to learn, not to earn. His emphasis is on acquiring knowledge and skills rather than just earning a paycheck, which most people do. They go to job and wanting to earn money rather than saying, who am I becoming here? He suggests becoming a well-rounded individual with commercial acumen by gaining experience in sales, marketing, communication, and managing people. Because he says to then start a business, these would be the foundations for financial success. And he also emphasizes the lesson of the need for financial planning and having a plan and the importance of setting financial goals, having a plan to achieve them. He encourages long-term thinking and making decisions that align with financial aspirations, contrary to what most people have today, which is a very short-sighted, short-term mindset. So what can you start doing today? What is the practical advice that the author Robert Kiyosaki gives? Start where you are. The younger the better. Begin your financial education and investment practices today, no matter where you are, and encourage others to start early. Pay yourself first. Put your money and ensure your money is routinely invested and automatically taken as soon as you are paid to take away the chance of spending it on consumer items. Typically, you'll always find a way to spend money that is loose. So paying yourself first means setting up a routine to then take your free cash to then put it in separate bank accounts to invest that money into assets. And that's an automatic thing that happens through direct debits. And taking control of your financial future, you can do that where we are. Start to invest today for your future. Don't rely on external entities, governments, or employers for your security. Your own security, your own freedom, your own future is in your hands. Don't think they will take care of me, because realistically, it ain't going to happen. And also, this is the power of entrepreneurship and the power of corporations, utilizing the power of corporations for tax advantages. So use the benefits of corporations and limited companies, LLPs, in the UK to minimize taxation, maximize earnings, and protect wealth. I'll give you an example of this one. So anyone earning money PAYE will get their payslip. Tax is taken straight away and given to the government, and you get the money after tax. But if you're earning money through dividends or self-employed, you get all of the money, you get to do something with that money, invest it, and then further down the line, you will have a tax bill to pay. So the difference between earning money, earned income through PAYE, pay as you earn, through a job and a salary, is you pay that tax straight away versus through self-employed or dividends that you might pay yourself through your company. You get to keep all of the money, and then you will pay it later on down the line. So there's a huge cash flow benefit. So in summary, Robert Kiyosaki has succeeded, in my view, in simplifying quite a complicated topic, money and finance, as it has so much attached to it. Simplifying it is the first step, because we can get what is called analysis paralysis, where it seems very complicated. So simplifying it is the first step. There is a differentiation between the types of income, is a powerful one. Earned versus portfolio income. So like I mentioned before, about PAYE versus dividends. The way to build wealth is to take earned income and turn it into portfolio income as quickly as possible, as the tax on earned income is the highest, and mitigating this liability is paramount. So what he means is we're earning money through salary, earned income, like I mentioned, the PAYE scenario. Your job is to get portfolio income, dividend payments, ideally, or interest payments or whatever, to cover that earned income, so you can give that earned income up, because the tax is very different on portfolio income versus earned income. And for anyone who is beginning their financial education, then this book is a must read. It can come across quite simple to more experienced investors, but if you're starting out on your journey, read Rich Dad, Poor Dad. You will not be disappointed. And to finish off, I just wanted to add a power passage from the book. What is money if it's not real? What we agree it is, was all Rich Dad would say. The single most powerful asset we all have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth. An untrained mind can also create extreme poverty that can crush a family for generations. Today, money is increasing exponentially. A few are getting rich from nothing, just ideas and agreements. Millions can be made instantaneously from nothing and by nothing. I mean, no money was exchanged. It is done via agreement. A blip on a trader's screen in Lisbon from a trader's screen in Toronto. Money did not change hands, agreements did. So why develop your financial genius? Only you can answer that. I do it because I want to make money, not because I need to. It is a fascinating learning process. I want to participate in the fastest game, and the single most powerful asset we have is our mind. If it is trained well, it can create enormous wealth. I would like to be part of this unprecedented evolution of humanity, the era where humans work purely with their minds and not with their bodies. Besides, it is where the action is. It is what's happening. It's hip, it's scary, and it's fun. That's why I invest in my financial intelligence, developing the most powerful asset I have. I want to be with the people moving boldly forward. I do not want to be with those left behind. So don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget that there'll be a lot more book reviews of books that have had an impact on my professional development coming in the next few weeks. Thank you.